Herkese merhaba, ben Rabia. Eğitim serime hızla devam ediyorum. Biliyorsunuz ben Kolombiya'da öğretmenlik yapmamla sosyal platformlarda hesaplar açmaya başladım. Instagram, YouTube, blog gibi. Şimdi de yaklaşık 2 sene yaşamış olduğum Kolombiya'dan bir arkadaşımı misafir edeceğim. Bakalım bu salgın süreci orada nasıl ilerliyor? Thank you for accepting my request and coming to my channel. I'm very glad that you are here. Welcome again. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. I'm just, well, trying with all this situation, but really happy to be here and to help you with all the things that you are working on now. So thank you so much.
Could you tell me something about yourself, please?
My name is Samir. I am a teacher of English here in Colombia. I am actually doing my master in Spanish for foreigners, okay, that is in Spanish, directed in Spanish for foreign language, as a foreign language, sorry. I work in a high school with 8th and 9th grade students. And well, that's like basically what I do.
Thank you.
I live in another city, which is Cali, in the south.
Oh,
Like, wow.
yeah. I remember now. You were in the Cali. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
love to be in Cali.
Yes, south and that stuff. And it's been like difficult. We have now a lot of positive cases reported. But, well, that's what the news says every single day, right? And you can find many different points of view from people. The government now is trying to activate the economy again.
Mm-hmm.
So they are letting the some parts of the economy to come back to work, to their companies. They open again, of course, trying to have like the safety protocols. But there are some other parts that say that it is not time because, well, it would be more difficult to control the virus. Schools are closed, absolutely, from kindergartens to university. People is trying to come back to work, for example, because they need money to pay the rent, they need the money to pay the bills, to get the food. But there is like the other part of the situation that if they go out from their home, they will get the virus. So it's like a controversial every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But they are trying to, as I told you, to activate the economy with 2 sectors. They are working with the ones that work in manufacturing company. And well, that's what they are proposing now. So there are different points of view.
When was the education break in Colombia due to pandemic of coronavirus? The date?
It was specifically on March the 16th. It started to. What they did was like to close the schools on March 16th. The public school decided to take around 2 weeks of vacation, like to get the vacations in advance. So the teachers during that time can plan the different things that they will do if the pandemic continues. So they came back to normal activities on April the 20th. And the private schools, they were working like simultaneously with the government schools. So some of them followed the same instructions. Some of them just like gave 1 week for teachers to plan and to start this situation and then to continue with the normal calendar to study.
Is there any policy that state of Colombia wants to apply for education?
A policy like making about what? I mean, there is actually because I mean the schools are closed, so public schools, well, all the schools, all the institutions are closed, so you cannot be studying face to face, let's say. But let's say that rule goes just to the public schools, to the institutions that are run by the government, or schools and the university. And private schools, they just try to follow them, but they also are, well, decide what they is better for them based on their economical status, on their interests, based on what many things. I think that it's also important to take into account the context, right? Because well, this is a big country, so we have people or students that are living in the cities, so they will probably have like the facilities to study remotely or to study from home. But we also have students that live in rural areas, and they won't have the same facilities as the ones that they live in the cities. So it's been like that controversial as well, because they say like, well, I can have just like a simple plan on my mobile phone to upload or download documents, but well, it's been like crazy, let's say.
As you know, I lived in Colombia for a long time and I know the education process well. However, I would like to receive general information about the Colombian education system. After that, I want to compare, the online or distance learning process. So could you tell me something about it, please?
Well, distance learning is something completely new here in our country, as I can say it, right? When I told you that I'm doing my master, it is like the first time that I just decided to come into this kind of these plans or situations, right? And I am actually studying my master, but not here in Colombia. I'm doing distance learning with Spain. Okay, I study in a university in Spain. Why is something like new in Colombia? Because we are not ready with the technologies, we are not ready with the facilities at home, because we are used to go presentially to the classes and interact with the teacher. So for example, for me at the beginning, it was kind of difficult because I wanted to participate a lot. I wanted to discuss the topics with my teachers and my professors. And well, you know that even if you have them in your screen, so it's not the same like a social interaction with that, right? Now, with this situation, as I told you, that it was a surprise for everyone. So we discovered that the technology is not enough for every of us. So the internet connection sometimes is not really good. The students don't have the facilities at home. They just have one laptop or one computer. So they can't work all at the same time. For example, if you have like a family, a normal family, that the mom is a secretary and the student is in high school and the other kids are at university, so they just have one computer for all of three to face this problem. So the parents and say like, okay, but be patient with my kids because I need the computer to work, but they also need the computer to study and so on. It's been like kind of difficult, right? And as I told you, the ones that live in the rural areas, that they don't have, absolutely, they don't have internet connection to do it. So what they decided to do like 2 or 3 weeks ago was to implement classes through radio, um, through the TV channel. They also started with the TV channel as well. So, but it is not the same, right? And well, that is the question. It should be the same or should be different. Yesterday, I was reading like something related to this, and it's like the normal situation implies that a normal student goes to school from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., for example, and to have it there, to interact with the students, to learn, to participate, blah blah blah. But now, as you just have it like 2 hours probably studying per day, and then the other time during the day, what is that? So, what is happening with that time, right? So it's something that we must understand. The population must understand, because you know that distance learning is not the same as being in front of a screen 7 hours or 8 hours per day just to cover the time, right? So that's what I can tell you so far.
How do you conduct your lessons?
Okay. Well, for example, I teach English, so I have my 8th graders and 9th graders 5 hours per week in a normal time, let's say 5 hours per week. So what the institution told us to do is just to make, if I have 5 hours per week, at least I have to make 3 different encounters during the week. But what I decided to do was to do it in 3 different stages. The first stage is to make like a video class, as we are here now, because we can interact. So I can see them, they can ask me questions, I can explain you a topic. So I choose a specific time according to the same schedule that we used to have when we were studying presentially. And around 30-40 minutes, I think, or I consider it's enough, because also it's tiring for them, it's tiring for me, because you know, like also the noise of the cities, to manage and to control this is kind of difficult too. But well, so during this course encounter, during these 40 minutes, so I try to be as concise as possible, and I give them instructions. So, okay, we are going to study with this, we are checking this topic, so please, well, these ones are the instructions, okay? Then what I do is, like, in the second time during the week, I create a video. So I am working on that, exploring a lot of applications, exploring a lot of things and tools that help me to create like a good video, something that I consider is nice for them to watch, because I can't use, well, even if I have the resources on the internet, like YouTube and this stuff, the institution asks for us to create our own material. Okay, so if I create a video tutorial, should be me, should be the one talking about the topic and that stuff. So I was exploring, as I told you, some different tools and materials to create those video tutorials. So I created and I uploaded to the platform they use, and they work at home with that. Finally, the third stage is just to give advisory on what they have doubts and questions. So I am up to them in a chat. I'm using Hangouts actually. And so they say, teacher, I didn't understand this. Could you please repeat? So I give them the explanations, or it's not clear for me this part. Please, can you guide me in this part? So I answer the questions and that's that. So those are the 3 different parts that we are doing during the week. A video tutorial, like a video class, and then the video tutorial, and then just like to solve questions and to receive the things they are doing, to mark them, to grade them, and to let them know the result.
So you told me that you created your videos. Could you tell us which applications or tools you use for that? Maybe, you know, we are here for share. Maybe now someone doesn't know anything about that, and I would like to share with colleagues. Maybe they can use.
Yeah, sure. Well, my cell phone is my my best friend now because I have like the opportunity to record myself and to make the video. Then I go to some simple applications because I have to say I'm not an expert on that. So I just try to add or to modify the audio and to add just like a simple filter or something like that. And to make presentations like to look nicely, I use Genially. I don't know if you have heard about it. Probably I can share the link to you after this.
Yes.
And I also found an application to record the screen of my computer, which is called Loom. So that is like the mix. I take my cell phone, I record myself, and I say, hello, students. Today we are checking this topic, so please pay attention to the following instructions. Then I edit that video, and I go to my computer, and I found I create on Genially the things that I want them to learn, to study. With Genially, and after Genially, I go to Loom, and I will record the screen of my computer with my voice, step by step, explaining what they have to do. And after that, I go to the editor program, and I joined all that stuff. So I decided to create like a video from around 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then I just upload it to YouTube, and I share the link to them through the platform they use from the school.
Have you ever had online teaching experience before this situation?
No.
Any?
I wasn't studying any. So I, you know, like we teachers always try to reply what we do when we learn, right? So like I learned by this way, or I learned in this way. So let's see, or let's try how we can do it. So I just decided to do what I was learning during my master that I told you that I'm studying, but it's completely different because, for example, the application, or I don't know, the program they use at the university is completely different. So they have the opportunity to the students raise their hand and to make groups. And well, and actually it was a complete challenge to me because my laptop's camera is not working. I don't know what's happening. So I have to connect my laptop to manage all the other tools and my cell phone so my students can see me and where we can interact. So I have like two screens at the same time when I'm working with them. But well, we are just trying to sorting this out and to create like a nice class for them to have the things clear.
So do you have difficulty?
At the beginning, yes. And because, I mean, the groups here are really large. So I have like around 35, 40 students per class. I have a lot of students. So it's really different if you have just like a face-to-face or distance learning with 2 or 3 students than to have a big group of 40 students. Like a big challenge the institution had was to have to get the first general assembly with parents at the end of the first quarter. So what the institution used was to broadcast the video from the office of the school through YouTube. But it worked well. So many parents could join to the conversation. They gave the general instructions, and it was nice.
So what do your students think about it, the online teaching, and parents and your colleagues?
Well, they all are getting tired of this. They are all getting tired of this because it was a surprise for all of us, and it is not the same, right? I guess like schools and education is in general a place where you can share, when you can socialize, when you can interact with the other one. So it's not the same to be in front of a screen than being face to face. Like you can give a hug, that you can tell the other one how you are feeling, that well, this kind of simple stuff that we used to have and that the ones that we can't do now because of the virus, the distance.
Yeah, that's so hard because the Latin
It is.
people always like the hugging, kissing, the really close,
Exactly.
so friendly people. I can't imagine
Exactly.
now how to put the distance between people. It's so
We
hard.
always forget it. So, hey, hello, because we haven't seen each other like from a long time. So, hey, how are you doing? But hey, remember that we can just text. So,
It's so
just,
hard for
yes,
you,
it is
I'm
really
sure.
difficult. It is really difficult. So, the situations are, well, but we are just trying, as I told you. The students say like, no, teacher, I prefer to be, even if they get tired sometimes because, for example, in my school, they start early. We start at 6 a.m. So, well, teachers start at 6 a.m. and students start at 6:30 a.m. So at 6:30 a.m. we should be in the classrooms doing all this stuff. So in a normal time, let's say they after 2 or 3 days of waking up early, they get tired. You can see them sleepy and stuff. But they say like, no, I prefer to wake up early, teacher, and I prefer to be there with you because I understand you better, because I can find you during the break, because I can talk to my partners, and well, many things. So of course it's completely different.
So they are really willing to back to school, right?
Yes, yes.
It was really nice conversation that I learned a lot. And I want to say I really love Colombia and I miss so much. I don't know. Now I'm here, but like half of my heart in Colombia. So it's kind of my country. Really, I feel like that. Now you are here and we are sharing this experience. I am so much happy for that. Thank you very much for the all information that you provide.
Yeah, okay, well, that's really cool. So I hope you come back soon after all this situation and well, we can share personally. It's really nice. And well, I hope to travel to to see like how the world is working after this situation, right? So well, thank you for the interview, let's say, for this conversation because it was really nice to share this experience and well, probably we will meet each other personally soon.
I hope.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much again for your time. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
bye bye.